Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Got some news for you today dealing with Mass Effect and Gears of War, so I guess let's get right into it. Alright guys, so BioWare has marked its annual N7 day by publishing a new Mass Effect 4 teaser. This is from Video Games Chronicle. So the article goes in to say that we've intercepted some strange footage from one of the monitoring stations in known space. This is a blog post by Mass Effect project director Mike Gamble. And this is on N7 Day, which was established in 2012. Of course, BioWare first revealed that they were working on a new Mass Effect game in November of 2020. They say that they were in the early stages on the project, can't say more just yet, but we're looking forward to sharing our vision for where we'll be going next. And then later that year, BioWare said a number of Mass Effect trilogy veterans had returned to work on the next entry. So that's a good sign. In today's blog post from this came out November 7th, but in the blog post they announced that the game is still in pre-production, and when they last spoke about it, pre-production development had been going very well. The team was comprised of veterans of the Mass Effect series, as well as, I'm assuming, people they brought on since previous releases of Anthem and Andromeda. So what's another good thing about this article that's actually really interesting is that they actually brought modern Deus Ex game writer to helm the story for the game. So, but of course, they're in prep mode for the new Dragon Age as that entered alpha, and alpha means the game's playable. So now they're going to be doing bug fixes. I mean, my thoughts on it is, I'm a big Mass Effect fan. I just actually played the trilogy when the remastered trilogy came out, and I'm really excited to see where they go with this series. Of course, the question is, with the teasers they've done, is it going to be continuing the story of Shepard with either his crew that he left behind, or is he somehow going to be resurrected, or any other way that they can do it? BioWare sounds like they're getting good writers on this project, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. Also, are they going to do what EA's been kind of pushing with Skate and Dragon Age? So EA has been establishing this new wave of being very transparent with the development of their games, even showing the bare bones early footage of them building characters and levels and stuff. Will they do that with this Mass Effect game, especially since the last Mass Effect game, Andromeda, was very dicey? It was the first BioWare game, I think, that kind of flopped. Of course, Anthem pretty much set that record as one of the worst game releases and one of the shortest life cycles of a game, as it was just terrible. And so BioWare is going to really need a win to kind of win the fans back. And obviously, they're trying that with the Mass Effect series. That's a huge fan favorite. And right now, BioWare didn't have a lot of hype, especially with the KOTOR remake being pretty much shelved, as the studio who was creating it dropped out. Hence, not many people are really looking at BioWare for another game, especially Mass Effect. A lot of people are very nervous that this new Mass Effect game is going to ruin the original trilogy, especially if it's taking the story of Shepard, as you don't want to hurt a perfect trilogy. And you see that with games. Some people could see that with Uncharted, but in my opinion, Uncharted was great. But some people, or The Last of Us is a really good example of ruining a good thing to some people. It's that, The Last of Us 2 really kind of tanked a lot of people's thoughts about that game series. Just like the first one now. They don't even acknowledge the second one. So, I guess we'll see, what's going on with them. I'm just hoping we get a little more, kind of knowledge as soon as the game's beginning out of pre-production and into development. I'm hoping that we get another trailer, or at least kind of I really have been enjoying what EA's doing with showing their games even at the lowest state, because one thing that this happened with Cyberpunk is that, I think it was Cyberpunk, there was a game that came out that or I'm sorry, no, it was the the GTA 6 leak really showed that gamers really didn't have an understanding of what game development looks like. And I think EA was kind of wanting to show a sincere hand that, hey guys, we understand we've made mistakes with previous games, we're going to do better on this one. So it's definitely a question of, how is this game going to go? Is it going to definitely show what's great about the trilogy? So, time will tell, but yeah. Alright, so our next story brings us to IGN. about a Gears of War movie that has been announced on Netflix with a adult animated series. So it kind of shows that Cyberpunk Edgerunners, which I talked about in a previous video, is kind of influencing Netflix's video game adaptations. But this is going to be interesting. So the article goes to say Netflix is partnering with the Coalition, which is the developers of Gears of War, to develop a Gears of War movie alongside an adult animated series. Netflix had tweeted that Gears of War was released 16 years ago today, and to mark the occasion, Netflix has partnered with the Coalition to adapt the Gears of War video game saga to a live-action feature film, followed by an adult animated series with the potential for more stories to follow. Series creator Cliff Bleszinski, if I butchered that, I apologize, tweeted by saying that, and it is unclear if the project will be connected to the Gears of War movie that has been stuck in development for 15 years. Dave Bautista was consistently attached as Marcus Phoenix. So, and then it talks about how Netflix found success with adaptation of properties such as, in Castlevania, though the overall reviews have been mixed. Xbox has found more mixed success with its own properties, Halo being met with middling reviews and tepid fan reactions. So, yeah, so that's what's going on in that. So, yeah, so this definitely brings an interesting question of, is Netflix right now kind of carrying video game adaptations? Because they did it with The Witcher anime, I will say, and Witcher Season 1. Witcher Season 1 was alright. Of course, with the recent news about Henry Cavill, I think that's going to tank. But we'll see, I guess, you know. I have my opinions. I'm sure you have yours. If you'd like to, share them in the comments. I'd love to discuss it with you. But it's really interesting. Is Gears of War going to have kind of a resurgence with this? Because, in my opinion, if I was the Coalition, I would be seeing this as a potential to either remake one of the first 3 games or even remaster, because it seems like they're going to be adapting the source material and maybe do some leeway with it, but they're going to adapt the source material into a feature film. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do this and how are they going to honor the original source material. So I'm excited. I'm not the craziest Gears of War fan. I liked the first 3 games, but I'm very excited to see what they're going to do, especially with the animated film. I'm actually a new anime fan. And so, you know, with Edgerunners, which is one of my favorite shows now, I'm very excited to see how Netflix is going to tackle the animated. Are they going to make an anime, or are they just going to make an American animated film? We shall see when time shows. But it definitely is going to be an interesting observation of how is this film going to go. Are they going to follow the story, or are they going to do their own thing and risk the potential of alienating the fans and ruining any hype for any future adaptations in the video game world for Gears of War? So yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting thing. I'm very excited. It's actually gotten me maybe wanting to play maybe wanting to replay the original games. But you know, we'll see. So yeah, that's all I've got for y'all today. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to get notifications on any future videos I upload. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope y'all have a great day.